recording.
Welcome to a new Shadow Sister Healing video. This is Silva. I'm here to make you a spirit animal and plant wisdom video, but also this reading is about connecting your inner child with the wisdom of spirit animals and flowers. So here I have 3 piles. I'm doing this now with my Zoom account, this reading, and it's Friday, the day of goddess of love, Frigga, from Norway, and I have decorated my space a little bit here. I don't know if you can see. Let's see, nothing. Misanthropy. Oh, yeah. I just wanted to show you that. Here is a little bit decorations. It's my illustration for my son's daughter. There is a nice book as an inspiration, and yes, let's put this back. Okay, this is all live in the sense that I'm not gonna have any edit to this. We're gonna go with these cards. And I'm going to introduce the piles now. This is the intro. So you can choose which pile, which pickapile reading you're going to see. I'm going to put timestamps into the video, so you can find your pile from there. So first one is Porcupine and Anemone and Boundaries, and heart chakra crystal, green Aventurine. Second pile is the hair and oak and new opportunities, and third eye chakra crystal, and that's gray Aventurine. And then third pile is the trout and lily of the valley and purification, and this is solar plexus chakra and yellow Aventurine. So interestingly, every single chakra crystal is Aventurine, green Aventurine, gray Aventurine, and yellow Aventurine. I usually always, when I do these piles, I take randomly from this bag, from this 7 crystal bag of chakras, I take one. And it is really about the energies this moment, and what wants to come out, that then comes out. So that's like the fate and the destiny of this reading. But now we start with the first one, and that's about the heart chakra. And again today, let's put this here. Again today, I want to use in the intro now of this reading, have a little wise words from this book, Chakras and the Archetypes, Uniting Energy Awareness and Spiritual Growth by Ambika Waters. I totally recommend this book to everybody who want to read something really spiritually enlightening. And I especially like this book because it has such a healing affirmations and such a healing messages that you can really use it. But I do videos of this, and I will link them in the playlists, so you can always find my 7 chakra videos from there, and also be whatever you're drawn to, just look at. Now we are talking about heart chakra first, shortly, because I want to introduce a little bit information of that first. So about how the heart chakra functions. The heart chakra functions as the core of our physical bodies and our spiritual essence. As the heart is the most important organ in our body, known as the emperor in Chinese medicine, so love is the center of our lives. The heart chakra allows us to imbue our physical life with the radiance of love, joy, unity, and kinship, and stimulates our sense of touch and delight in life. It is from the spiritual heart that the deepest meaning of life is felt and expressed. And here was one light message as a page marker. So I'm listening to the voice within. Anyway, I just wanted to start with this we are having here heart chakra. For the inner child healing, especially is very important to focus on the root chakra and sacral chakra, and also sacral, the solar plexus chakra. But as well heart can be especially blocked if the root chakra is blocked. Safety and security and these basic needs are not met, then your heart gets blocked. And so I'm getting agitated about this because it can be really sad. Like if you have kind of not the key to open your heart, and then you go about the life with your heart blocked, it can be really making your life less abundant and less happy, because you are kind of having so much walls around you and so much like fears. So let's talk about this. Let's see what your inner child can guide you with the spirit animals and flowers. And I'm going to mention still this here. This is, how did I say this in the intro now? Like, because I was gonna record and then I didn't have this anymore. And then I was like, so my inspiration has been this Persian Illusion book. And this book is written in is published 1944 during after a Second World War. And the person who wrote this was a soldier in the war, and he was writing Christmas letter to his daughter because he was like suffering in the, of course, in the war, like uncertainty, are you gonna be alive or not? Like it's really like you are like suffering with your heart because everybody you love is back home, and then you know why you fight because of them. But he wanted to make his daughter happy, and so he wrote a fairy tale during the war. And this is very beautiful because there is like this story how it's from the real life, that he realized when he went back home, he realized that his daughter was also having questions about, does the fairies still exist because there's the war, but also because one friend had said they don't. And they had the fairies always. They had always been, when was peace and when was beautiful moments together, they had always seen the evidence that there was fairies and like a magic in the world. And then he said, when the daughter asked, like, Daddy, is it true that there is no fairies? And he said, like, no, there is fairies, because you and me, we always have the fairies. Like we always have them, because nobody can take that from us. So that comes really like, what is for you that kind of story, that kind of point of like protecting something beautiful. Like I love fairy tales, and yeah, not like as an adult, not everything is like, of course, like we have to have reasoning and we have to have like serious things also. And it can be a lot of like escaping to the children's world. Like in this book is also said, like he wanted to escape to the children's world when it was a war, because that was like such a beautiful and shiny. And many fairy tale makers, they have done their fairy tales. Moomin book author or Astrid Lindgren, they have written those stories during hard times, because they wanted to remember. They wanted to remember the beauty and the good in the world. And that's all about the heart, living with your heart. Okay, so we have porcupine and anemone. And let's see first, just, I have actually here this kind of statues. Let's take here, oh, maybe this man. The heart. So I don't know if YouTube censored this, is a bit naked, this man here, but I really would like to hope that it holds this card. Okay. And your fingers. should have better fingers. Okay, so here we have, okay, so the number quite far. Yeah, it came directly. Okay, sometimes I don't find, and it takes time to find. So boundaries. We are talking about boundaries, and yes, inner child healing. Saying no is the basic thing how you stay safe. Like a little child, like say if the strangers ask where you live, like you're not gonna tell that, or like basic thing like don't take anything from the stranger, say no, or like this no, saying no is very basic inner child healing. Like you have to have your boundaries, you have to have your knowledge. But here what it's is porcupine spirit animal gonna advise you. The porcupine, with its impressive kills, is a well-known symbol of self-defense. According to a legend common among Anishinaabe tribes, the porcupine got its kills by placing the branches of a hawthorn tree on its back, defending itself against the bear. Nana Bosho, the trickster spirit in Ojibwe myth, saw the porcupine's cleverness and fashioned it a coat of kills to wear from then on. Just as the porcupine curls into a ball to defend itself from predators, the anemone flower turns inward and down during rainstorms, protecting its delicate petals from damage. And the message would be, you cannot help others unless you first help yourself. Maintain healthy boundaries around your time and energy, giving generously only once you have sufficiently fed. So kind of fill your own cup first, or put the oxygen much to your first, and then you can help others better. Okay, let's see your cards. We could keep this here. This is kind of nice. I hope the camera is in focus enough. Okay. The man with the boundaries. So then I have these cards now. There is first one card, what you know, what you are aware, and then advice to it. And then there is what you are not aware and advice to it. And then finally we have even a fun final advice. So let's see. So first one, and this is from the book of Shadows Tarot, the tarot cards, as above, so below, and this is from below for the reason that we are wanting to be grounded, we are wanting to take care of those lower chakras, to be really like a practical, let's say, also in this reading. So what you wear is the King of Swords. And let's see all your cards. Advice to this and plant card is Dandelion, Wounded Healer. Okay, let's talk about first about this, and then we go to the shadow part. So, King of Swords is somebody very able to use words like a swords to speak the mind and be very much like a leader with the knowledge. Like a key information, somebody who has key information. And we have here the Wounded Healer. So it's like, okay, first of all, we were talking about also in this reading inner child healing. So sometimes, for example, when you have gone through a lot, let's say like this author who wrote this story during the war, he wrote this story. He took authorship, like he was one of the soldiers, a number in the war, but he had this very key experience, key knowledge. How does it feel? And he was using this heart energy to express himself, to make others know how does it feel to be a father in the war and leave all the family behind, and like why does he do something to defend his country, to defend his family, to make everybody safe. Like inner child also what a beautiful thing. You can reparent yourself, you can be safe. If you were not safe, you can do something then in the adult also to be that parent who was not safe. But anyway, here we have kind of in the business setting, adult that might even forget things about being a child because you have to take so much responsibility. But what could come this wounded healer? I think it's because the heart chakra energy here, the emperor kind of like a person who is able to lead with the heart. So sometimes you have to be in the work that the best leaders or leadership in your own life even, compassion is such an important key component about leading with the love, leading with your heart. And then even the electromagnetic of a heart is one of the most important organ in whole body. So okay, the boss, there can be hard situation in the work. She has to fire a person, for example. But when she can use her heart to make those decisions, for example, understand really like not just like, I mean, this is really showing the statistics and the information and all, but understanding what somebody might be going through, like more this kind of like emotional wisdom that comes from the heart. You can be a better leader. You can better leader in your own life, but also, you know, the inner child, the heart can be blocked, especially when you were a child and you didn't have like a safety in the root chakra, then the heart got blocked. So this tells a little bit like, yeah, there can be also moments in the work, like it can be a very stressful, very blocking experience also. But ground yourself always with the right information. And also, why do you do that work? Is it like, this is like a wounded healer, like, yeah, if the business doesn't go well, like who do you serve? Eventually you have to think about who do you serve and lead with love. Okay, this is a bit complicated to explain now, but maybe this comes more clear. We are talking about boundaries anyway, so saying no becomes very important. As an inner child, saying no is one of the most important things. Say no to, when you say no to others, you say yes to yourself. And sometimes, yeah, in work you have to be very kind of like cut like things that doesn't serve, but still remember the heart. Like every decision is best when you're able to also decide something with the heart. Found it here. I want to read now this wisdom from the plant book 53. So I actually have to go somewhere today, and now I'm a bit worried that the time is running out. Let's hope we can do all these readings, or maybe it happens that I'm only gonna publish now this first one, like I said. So dandelion wounded healer. The English word for dandelion comes from the French dent de lion, or lion's teeth, referring to the spiky pointed shape of the plant. The French also call this plant pissenlit or pickapile due to its diuretic powers. Native Americans use it to treat kidney disease, swelling, skin problems, heartburn, and upset stomach. Traditional Chinese medicine use it for stomach problems, appendicitis, breast inflammation, and to assist mothers with milk production. In Europe, it has been used to relieve fever and treat boils, eye problems, diabetes, and diarrhea. Dandelion is a survivor. It has an extraordinary ability to withstand hardship and thrive in disturbed environments. And dandelion loosens compacted, what is it? A bit like dandelion loosens compacted earth and grows deep tap roots that rejuvenate the soil. And this is what it does to body and soul. It assists us in renewing, cleansing, mineralizing, and adapting. In medical astrology, dandelion is associated with the sun and Jupiter, and its primary and alternative herb that gradually restore the proper function of the body, increasing health and vitality. And bitter herb that primarily works on the liver and gallbladder. Chiron, also known as the wounded healer, was a wise centaur in Greek mythology who gave up his immortality to save Prometheus after he was accidentally pricked by a poison arrow and learned that despite all his medical knowledge, he would be in pain forever. He ended up landing among the stars as a constellation. Chiron orbits between Saturn and Uranus, symbolically marking the liminal territory between Saturn. And what was it here? In astrology, Chiron represents our deepest, most tender wounds that are the most difficult to heal, yet it also marks where we hold our greatest gifts. And there is still a guidance from this dandelion. Can we have it here? Dandelion is here to remind you that you can thrive regardless of your circumstances. Take ownership over your wounds, find gratitude in the lessons, dive deep into the depths of your origins, and use your wounding to further define the purpose and healing you are here to transmit and share with the world. Don't let your pain define your personality, but draw from it for strength and purpose. Like Chiron, you are born from the seeds of higher order and intelligence. This is beautiful for that previous card because it was such an intelligence, the King of Swords. So again, like Chiron, you are born from the seeds of higher order and intelligence. Embrace this great healing power you've been given and go beyond the outlined path. It is coming to me strongly that this would be like some kind of like a hard decisions you have to make in the work, or that you will be having issues with your own work, that you are losing something. But just see that if you are wounded, it can become also your strength. You are learning there a lesson, and you are like having this experience is teaching you something valuable lesson that makes you stronger. Yes. And then the shadow you don't see in this situation. That's interesting. So the star card, and the responsibility. Beautiful. There was this leader kind of type here, and now we have this woman having a responsibility, making all this kind of stone circle in the woods. But here what I see, I remember again the same story as here, this Bessiani Lucia author, Yrjö Kokko. He wrote with his heart, he wrote about his daughter, or to her daughter, a fairy tale of a fairy and a troll, and how they meet, and even the fairy loses her wings and cannot go back to the rainbow anymore, and is kind of like doomed to be with this Bessie troll in a forest, and getting to know what is the real life about. He wrote this because of the love for the family. So that is like whatever you choose, whatever hard decision you have in your work, it's coming back to the family anyway. So your inner child wants you to remember that family. your family or your now family or anything about family. That is the safe space for you, the security that you need to land on. That's where your heart is, where your home is. And the advice cards, I'm gonna read this responsibility here. And it looks like that time is running so that this reading will be a separate reading and I do the other piles in the other one. So I have to go somewhere. I will publish this because I don't want to do it again. Responsibility. What flower is coming here? Let's see. It's citrine is the stone. Citrine, like the sun, that it resembles, energizes, cleanses, and regenerates. The dandelion was also about very sunflower. So what is the flower here? Comfrey promotes regeneration, structure, karma clearing, and accepting responsibility. Comfrey is the plant. I can put in the description box this comfrey. And all these plants and stones, I can put them in the description so you can check later if you want to have more information. So it is all too easy and disempowering to blame others, society, or bad luck for our problems. Take back your power, recreate and re-establish your inner structure by removing what no longer serves or hinders you. Put your own house in order, neat and tidy, making space to expand in ways that benefit you and the world around you. An affirmation for you. I take responsibility for my actions and my life. I learn from my mistakes. I release behaviors and ideas that hinder me. I consciously improve myself. Yes. So that is coming to you, advice with this same as kind of family. Focus on your home and even the tidiness of your home. Sometimes the safety that might block your root chakra blocked and then the heart is blocked for the inner child, it can be just a simple thing that it was not clean enough in the home, that the basic needs were not met. So just cleaning beautifully your house for yourself is like, I'm worthy of having a clean house. This could be your affirmation for this reading. I'm worthy of having a clean house. I'm worthy of having a beautiful, beautiful home for my children. This is this one thing. And then the last thing, we come to this is interesting. This is, I thought it's beautifully fitting to the nature wisdom. Shamans are operating in the nature wisdom. And I also feel sometimes a little bit shamanistic to walk in the woods and getting just like vibes. So the shaman's dream oracle, and you have the card from here as advice. Benefactor, grace and generosity. And I know this has been once previous in my reading. There is this kind of mouses in a cup, but it's like a mushroom. What else is here? Yeah, roses. Yeah, like a kind of like a sitting on a mushroom, having wings, fairy wings, beautifully, because there is these wings in this is like a, let's say in here is just sudenkorento, how you call it. It's like a firefly. So anyway, I'm gonna read this a little bit here still for you. Number three is also Empress number. I love this to see this 3 here. So benefactor, grace and generosity, gifts, support, mentoring. When the benefactor weaves her energy in your life, you are put on notice that all manner of positive reinforcement is coming your way. The universe wants to let you know that just as you have been generous with others, yeah, like with your heart, serving with your gifts, even in the smallest capacity, so will you be rewarded in myriad ways. The most beautiful gift the benefactor gives you is the recognition that you are stewarding and sharing abundance on behalf of a higher source, one that is always working through you. The motives for her generosity to you as well as to others are intangible, although you will see the results reflected in the material world. The benefactor reminds you that it's in the purity of your desire to share without the need for reciprocity that paradoxically your initial generosity is reciprocated tenfold, seemingly without any connection to the original act. Dream sharing and caring into being, and you will be amazed to see this vibrant seed take root and spread. Do it just because, and the benefactor will give you her blessing. So yeah, it's like there is the responsibility that you need to take for your own life. You have to be the compassionate leader for yourself and the others, but then people will, you will get this back to you. There will be like the energy of like, it's just like you're taking positive actions. You are having the family even in your heart when you do your decisions. And this is just, when you serve others, there is kind of like a higher purpose of why you do something. And this will be, if it's not any person, the universe will notice it, like the best of the kids for this world, to be safe, to be taken care of, to be loved. I mean, that is such a beautiful energy that you can focus, and then it comes tenfold back to you. That's the message here. And there is all this kind of spring sun also that can light you, even if you have hard moments in your career, for example, or some other moments. You can take responsibility and you can be author of your life and do it just because you love the life and your kids, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna end this reading, and I'm gonna do this 2 other piles other times, because this took a long time. I don't see the time now, but I'm gonna make the other piles, still introduction to the other piles. I will make another reading then. So this is the part 1. And if you liked my reading, you can always put thumbs up. Also comment, because I'm a new YouTuber, so I'm really happy to hear anything you have to say about, and I'm happy to answer. And I have really done this very free-flowing, so yeah, this was from my heart to you. Thank you.